Did you know that there's etiquette for hosting a guest on your podcast? Check it out. When you're running your interview podcast, you want to make sure that your audience has a good time, but it's just as important that your guests have a good time too. You don't want to be the podcast that everyone talks about and says, yo, they treated their guests like garbage. So here's our top tips for hosting a guest. Do your research. Seriously, before you even reach out to see if someone's available to be a podcast guest, research what other interviews they've done. Look into anything they've published. Look into their social media to see what they're talking about. This will make your reaching out email a lot easier to write and give you an idea of what questions you can ask that will differentiate your interview from all the others they've given. Send your questions ahead of time. No, don't scroll. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Everyone is going to insist that you ask your questions in the moment to get real answers. That is the devil speaking. Send your questions ahead of time so your guests can do the thinking and the umming off camera. This cuts down your editing on your end and will increase the comfort level of your guest while you're recording. Regardless of what you're using to record, Zoom, Skype, a secret third and fourth thing, test it out with a friend beforehand. I'm not saying in the moment tech emergencies don't happen, but running your checks beforehand will decrease the likelihood of tech issues during the interview. You do not want to be testing a new recording method for the first time during an interview. Trust me. When all is said and done, send your episode to the guest before you publish it. Give everyone a few days to listen before you publish, just in case there are any issues that they spy that you have to edit out. This may seem overkill, but for guests with representatives and marketing teams and PR people, you want to make sure that the episode is good to go before you publish, instead of having to take the episode down 2 days later because they didn't like the editing. So go forth and interview podcasters. But before you go, drop us a comment and tell who your dream podcast guest is.